Hello and welcome. In today's workout, we'll be using both a mat surface as well as a reformer setup. We'll also be using a ball, and that's because we're focusing on core stability and hip stability for a few of those exercises in the beginning of the class, as well as the reformer work. The ball that you have, make sure that's squishy. It's something that's not too tight that you can easily press into, that's comfortable for you. And if you don't have the tower set up like I do for the beginner part of the workout, let's go ahead and use the floor. Just regular mat surface is fine before we transfer to the reformer. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. First exercise is going to be a 4-point position, ball between the inner thighs. Active squeeze on the ball first, and then placing the hands right underneath those shoulders. So I've got my knees under my hips. I'm going to go ahead and release my toes and just begin with a few cat cows. Now the ball is placed there because I want you to have a little bit of an active squeeze. Start talking to the inner thighs and the pelvic floor. Here we go on our exhale. We're going to tuck our tail, tuck our chin, let go of the breath, scooping, and inhaling coming through. And just notice if there's a sticky part of your spine or any area that needs a little bit more time to open up, we can think about that now. As we exhale, take it through, pressing through the palms. Inhale up. Last two right here. And inhale. One more time, we exhale. And we inhale. Very nice. Go ahead and come on back to neutral. Now from this position that you're currently in, what I want you to do is tuck your toes under. We're going to hover, but we're going to stay relatively neutral. So squeezing on the ball, strong in those arms. I want you to think about a similar plank position. We're going to tuck the toes, and on the exhale, hover the knees. So we hover 1 inch, hold 2, 3, lower down. It's hard, just 1 inch off the floor. Hold 2, 3, lower down. Push firmly into those hands, start to collapse. Hold 2, 3, and back. And hold 2, 3, and back. And hold 2, 3, and back. Last 3 right here. Hold 2, 3, and back. Last 2. Hold 2, 3, and back. One more time. Firm press 2, 3, and release it. Take a rest position, untuck your toes, lengthen your arms in front of you, and just take a moment here. Very nice. Now with the same ball, we're going to change its location. So with the ball, I want you to squeeze it behind one knee. We're going to go into some hip mobility. So we're going to come back to our 4-point, squeeze the ball behind the knee, and then I want to start right here. Okay, so with the leg that's active with the ball, I start in, I come out, it's a hip circle, I push back, and I come under. Okay, so I push behind, reverse it, I come out to side, and I come under. Strong arms here. Try not to collapse. Use your center. And push. We got one more on this side. In to push, press, and under. Push, open, back, and pause. Let's do the other side. I will change direction so you can see and follow along. Let's go ball behind. Squeeze it nice and tight. From this position, get your spine nice and neutral. Active in the arms. Here we go. Pulling the knee in, out to side, push to ceiling, and under. Reverse. So this is technically a hip mobility drill. It's called a controlled articular rotation of the hip joint. But we're using a ball just to give you a little bit more activity and connection to the tissue around the hip and around the glutes. Pushing back and under. Very nice. Let's go ahead and just take a rest position. Ball in front, lengthen your body and hold. From where you are, go ahead and lay all the way flat. We're going to go into a prone position next with the ball. Legs are relaxed. Pelvis is firmly pressing into your mat surface. And I've got my ball in front of me. My hands are on top of it. So with this position, what I want you to think about is pressing those hips actively down and squeezing your bum. From there, I'm going to pull the ball in, lift and hold, 2, 3, lower back down. So every time I come up, I'm really using a lot of my lat muscles, my posterior chain. I'm warming up those postural muscles. Coming up and lowering back. Keep going, firm press into the ball, lengthening forward and lift and lower. Waking up those back extensors and lower. One more and release. Excellent job. You can leave the ball there. Take another rest position and pause. Next up, we'll be changing this tower conversion into reformer. If you guys don't have the Allegro 2, this is what makes me love it so much. It's so incredible because you can be on the tower 1 second and then next on the reformer. So let's do it together. Bring my mat up, all the way over, store that to the side, and then I'm going to add my shoulder blocks back on. Super easy. The bed slides in. We add our springs. Let's go ahead and just do 2 red. Bring the bar back up. And then get our straps that are on the ground here and make them available for our workout. It's that easy. All right, let's get into our reformer work. So with the 2 red springs on, make sure that your headrest is flat. You've got your shoulder blocks set in place. I've got my foot bar at normal height. The ball is coming with me. We're gonna start with some bridging. So feet are elevated on the bar, which means I have more room to lift my spine off of the mat surface. I'm gonna take a nice long inhale to prepare. My feet are pressing down into the bar. And as I exhale, I tip my spine. I start to make my first bridge. Hold at the top, keep the carriage still, and then roll your spine back down. Release it and pause. Let's do that again. Drive through the arches, roll through the spine, tucking the tail, and rolling back down. So most of the time we're trying to do a bridge, we think about how much we can arc the spine and arc the body. Don't worry about that with the lower spine. Think of most of your pelvis tucking up. Arms are alive. Tuck, 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 tuck. Lift, hold, and then come on back and down. Good. We got 4 more together. Here we go. Exhaling up and inhaling down. And exhaling up, doing your best to keep that carriage steady. It's a little bit of effort for those hamstrings. Last 2. And back. Last one here. Just really starting to fire up that posterior chain. All right, we're gonna pause where we are right here. Next up, we're gonna do a bottom lift with extension. Start to slowly come up. Hold it at the top. Think of the arches working. Out we go. And pulling in. 1. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze on that ball. Exhale in. 2. Inhale. Exhale in. 3. Inhale. Lots of tuck in that pelvis. Keep that active. And inhale. Exhale. Use the bottoms of your feet. And pull. We got 2 more. Here we go. And in. Last one. Coming all the way and lower back down. Very nice. Excellent job. Next, we're going to place the ball in a different position, but let's go ahead and come on up and change our spring first. One red is all you need. Come on back down. This time, headrest is still flat, placing the ball under the sacrum. So what that does for us, it gives us this unsteady surface to work with, so that we really have to focus on pelvic lumbar hip stability. We really have to focus on core contraction so that we stay on top of that ball, okay? From this position, before we grab our straps, float one leg up, followed by the other, and just sense what surface you're on. From there, lift the arms and just feel that for a moment. What needs to take place is that we just tuck the pelvis a little bit to feel the seatbelt of abdominal contraction so the body stays on the ball, okay? From there, I'm going to grab my straps. I'm going to start with my small loops in each hand, and I start right here. So I've got some tension already on those straps. Now, as I exhale, tabletop legs, I go arms down, inhale up, and really stabilize. Exhale 2. Inhale up. Exhale 3. Inhale up. Think of reaching your arms all the way to the foot bar. Stabilize on the ball. Press down. And up. And press. And lift. Last 2 with both arms pushing down and up. And last 1. Hold it right here. Good. So making sure everything feels good for you, we're going to bend the elbows. Now as we extend the elbows, our left leg presses out. Come back. Right side. And back. Notice your abs really holding you in place, right? The legs don't go side to side. You're really keeping everything controlled. Push and push. Those triceps get a little bit of that extension at the bottom. And press. Inhale to exhale. And exhale. Good. We got 3 more. Push. And push. And 2. And 2. Last one each. And out. We pause right here. If you need to adjust, now is a good time. I'm okay where I am. I'm going to go ahead and draw the arms back up. Now this time I'm going to go arms and legs up. So I want to go arms down, legs up. It looks like this. From a tabletop, I extend, hold, squeeze, balance, gently bend and come back. Repeat. 2 and back. So if we go too fast, we end up bouncing on the ball. We want to really think about being stable. Push. Last 4. Think of exhaling and inhaling. And 3. And inhale. 2. And inhale. And 1. Hold the last one. Do it. Just hold it for a moment. Pause. Feel it. And then bend and come on back to your start. Nice work. From this position, we're going to draw the arms out to a letter T. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and push the arms down and squeeze and hold what you have. From that position, dip those toes down just slightly. Pull them back. Open the arms. Repeat. Exhale. Inhale, dip. Exhale, up. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, dip. Exhale, up. Inhale, open. Keep going like that. Pulling in, dipping down, lifting up, and back. And in, and down, and up, and back. Last 3. We can do it. Push and down, and up, and back. Last 2, push, and down, and up, and back. Last one right here, we press, and dip, and up, and return. Very nice, great job. Place one foot on the bar, followed by the other. Hold your straps, remove your friend. We're going to stay on our back. It's a bit of a rude awakening coming onto that flat surface, but here we go. We're going to draw the ball between the ankles. So we're still on our back here. Now we have a little bit more option to move the head and move the arms. So squeeze on that ball. Think of a tabletop. As you come up, we go head and chest. Come back down. Nice and smooth. Just repeat that. And back, and reach, and back. Little squeeze on that ball. One more is 5. Come all the way back to pause. Lower your feet down, hold on to those straps, and then take the ball to the side. Nice work. Let's go ahead and slowly come on up, and we'll continue our workout. Here we are standing on the side. We still have one red spring on. Let's go ahead and come to a lunge position here. So I want to get my hips tucking slightly. My foot is just in line with my foot bar here. I'm going to be pushing back, focusing on my rear thigh stretching and squeezing my rear glute. That's going to ensure I really feel that stretch along my hip flexor group, where I'm not completely just hanging out in my ligaments like that. Okay, so make it intentional what you're doing. Hold what you have here. And then gently glide back in. Go ahead and repeat that. Tuck your hips, squeeze your glute, push back and hold. Feels different than just hanging out, I know. It's a little bit more intentional. Come back here. Let's do that one more time together. Tuck and push. Hold that position. And then gently return where you are. Nice work. Now from here, what I want you to do is stay on this side of the reformer. We're going to be lifting and lowering the heel. So maybe you can't see, but my heel is basically going to come to a high heel and then lower back down, okay, while I'm in a lunge. So a lot more stability through the hip area as well as the core. We're going to challenge it today, okay? So we go hand here, other hand on the hip. We push the bed back. We have one red spring. We lower down. Transfer the weight to the working leg here on the side. My heel is going to lift up. 1, lower down. 2, lower down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, down. 6, down. 7, one more. 8, pause. Come all the way in. Take a moment. Bring the bed all the way in. And let's do the other side. Come back for the first position here. We're going to go ahead and take that lunge. Hips are going to be tucking, holding, squeezing the bum. Take it back to hold. Feel it, right? We talked about the front thigh getting more stretch as we tuck the pelvis and squeeze the glute. And come back. Good. Here's 2. It's good to do this because, you know, if you're so tight in your hip flexors, it's hard to access your glute muscles for the glute work we're doing next. So we want to feel this really help us open up through the front. Get our brain to connect with those glutes. Now from this side, you can't see, but follow along. Let's go hand on the hip. Here we go. We're going to push back, long leg, come down into this lunge position, hold it. We're going to get light on that hand, lift the heel. 1, back down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, and 8, and back. Come all the way in carefully, return the bed, return the knee. Excellent job. Now we're ready for the rest of our workout. Okay, so what we're going to do is make sure that we have one blue spring, remove the red spring, bring your foot bar completely flat, and then we're going to be coming into a kickback exercise after we do a bird dog. Coming onto a 4-point position, Hands are up against our shoulder blocks here. I want to firmly push into the arms and extending my right leg first. Now from here, what tends to happen is the hip opens. Think of pushing back. It's not about how high you go, but rather where you're feeling that. The opposite arm lifts up. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, release the limbs, pause, reconnect, extend the other leg, hold it. Here comes the other arm for 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower back down. Repeat that again, reaching out, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, return. Last one here, holding out for 5, 4, 3, 2, return it. Nice work. That preps and primes us for a kickback exercise. Let's start with this right side. I'm going to grab my strap. Carefully, you're going to thread it onto your foot. Bring the cord on the outside, and now we're right here. Now, for the kickback, we've got a clear down below right here. So I'm going to go with my leg down below, stabilize my body, go slow. You can always change it to a yellow spring. Go up, squeeze, come back. Remember, it's not about how high you go, so you don't want to lift so high that you kind of lose things in the arms, right? You just want to feel that glute really work and your core is working. Here's 3, and back, and 4. Strong arms. We're not here forever. Exhale, 5. Last 3. And 2. 1 more right here. Stay with me. Come all the way in and pause. Gently remove your strap. Let's go ahead and switch to the other leg. Pull your cord. Go for a little ride. Get your cord long enough to feed your foot in. From that position, orient yourself. Get nice and strong. Push firmly through those arms. Here comes your leg. We're going to push back and squeeze. 1, and slow. 2, slow. Really think about that hip extension. 3, hips want to rock all over the place. Use your core. 4, and 5. Just like you're dipping your toe down into water and pushing back. 6. Last 2. Push. Control it both ways. Last one. Nice job. Gently come all the way in. Remove your strap carefully. And return it back where it lives. So we still have a blue spring on the reformer. We're going to do a standing exercise. It does require hip and pelvic stability, core stability, and you're going to feel that. So I'm really dead center in my reformer here. What I'm going to do is bring this leg right here. I've got a flat foot. Hands are on my trunk. When I push the leg out, you're on spring tension, right? So I'm going out, pushing into internal hip rotation, and gently coming back and in. My body doesn't move. Here's 2, and in. So this is actually really challenging with just the blue spring. 3, there's a tendency to kind of side bend, to move the body. 4, just keep it nice and controlled. 5, both directions, right? Exhale, 6, last 2, 7, last 1. Excellent job. Come back in. Let's go ahead and do the other side. I will be facing away from you, but you will get to still see all the control necessary. So we get the foot here, Nice tall spine. Here we go. We push the bed back. 1. We slowly come in. Do your best not to move with that bed. 2. And in. Exhale. 3. And in. Exhale. 4. And in. Very controlled. Here's 5. And 6. Last 2. Standing super tall. And last 1. Nice work. Slowly come in. Excellent job. Next up, we'll be adding the box on the reformer. Let's go ahead and grab that box. So we're going to bring our little squishy ball back in the mix. We're going to bring it between the ankles and on our stomach here. So making sure, ladies, your bra line is off the end. Gentlemen, just right under the chest. We'll be facing this way. A blue spring is all we need. I promise you, it's going to be great. So I want you to come onto your stomach first, gently. And then with the ball, we reach back, place it between the ankles. Okay? There's an active squeeze on the ball. Wiggle up if necessary. And then with your straps, we're going to grab above those loops. So finding your position first. Nice long spine. My arms are facing in. Now, as I squeeze on the ball, I'm going to inhale, rise, pull the straps up, lift, hold, squeeze my glutes, come back down. Okay, so it's an inhale up, squeeze, and then lower back. And inhale, and exhale. And inhale, exhale. Try to draw those arms to your hips and squeeze everything from head to toe. It's a lot of work. Last 2. Last 1. Very nice. Now we're going to pause right here. We have the ball there for a reason, right? So we're squeezing the ball. Now what I want you to do is when you come up, we're going to bend the knees. You're just going to get a little bit more of that knee flexion and really focus on squeezing the hamstrings at the same time. Okay, so it looks like this. We inhale, come up, squeeze, 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 and slowly come back. Just repeat that. And back. And 3. A little bit more posterior chain, isn't it? And 4. And 5. Breathing as we go. 6. Slow. Last 2. 1 more right here. And all the way back. Come off to the side. Nice job. From here, let's just go ahead and get our bed secure. We're gonna add 2 more red springs. And then using this long box, we can do a little standing pigeon stretch. So right here, get nice and tall. Place your leg on top of the box. Hold what you have. Deep breath. You can create a forward lean from that position. Hip external rotation. Feels really good. Just getting that whole side of your glute to open a little bit more from the work we did today. Nice. Excellent. Gently release that. Let's do the other side. Placing the leg on top. Getting nice and tall, and then taking that into a little forward stretch right here. Deep breath. And slowly release that. Excellent job. Thank you so much for joining me for this beginner full body stability workout. We did a lot of core work. We also worked a lot of the pelvic lumbar hip complex with the ball in different positions and orientations. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you guys have questions or comments about the exercises I did today, make sure to drop them in the comment box below. And if you're someone who is seeking to invest in a piece of equipment like this, the Allegro to Reformer with the tower conversion, it is expensive, but I have a 5% discount from Balanced Body in the description below. So you guys can use that with phone orders using my full name at checkout. All right, you guys, hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. If you are seeking a full body program and you would like more instruction, make sure to check out the link below. The program I have is called Foundations. I'll take you through beginner, intermediate, and advanced exercises from Pilates mat work, resistance training, and mobility. Now, if you want to feel stronger in your body, more connected, being able to move and access your mobility, and feel more stable and balanced, make sure you check out that program. You can literally do it anywhere.